Alright, so we're now getting closer and closer to the release of the iPhone 14 lineup, and based on all the leaks and rumors that we've been seeing from very reliable sources, I'm confident that tons of people are going to be upgrading to the iPhone 14 despite still having a Lightning port in 2022. So in this video, I'm going to be going through the various reasons why the iPhone 14 Pro is going to be revolutionary while at the same time fixing a bunch of problems that people have with the current iPhone 13 lineup, leading to record amounts of sales and a lot of happy customers. So before I get into the #1 groundbreaking feature that will get a lot of people to upgrade, I want to go through the other very important features. First of all, one of the biggest ones that people have been asking for years now is a larger display with ironically less of the features. And that's exactly what we're expecting because this year's iPhone lineup is getting a complete revamp. We've been seeing from multiple reliable sources over the past few months that Apple will be adding a brand new iPhone 14 Max model into the lineup, which is essentially going to be a basic iPhone 14, but with a larger display. And since it's not going to be packing all of the Pro features like on the 14 Pro Max model, we're expecting the price of this new 14 Max to be set at $899, which is a huge $300 off compared to the Pro Max model. And because of the larger size, it's obviously going to have a much better battery life compared to the regular 14, so it'll be the best bang for the buck iPhone if you really care about battery life and display quality. And yes, this new iPhone 14 Max model does mean that Apple's Mini is finally going away for good because of lower than expected sales over the past couple of years, and I personally think that this new Max model is gonna sell like hotcakes. Now, making everything even better, we've had multiple sources like Shrimp Apple Pro as well as others actually leak the schematics showing off the specifics of what we should expect, pointing to awesome details like the earpiece speaker on the 14 Pro models being 3 times thinner than the current one. But the best thing that Shrimp Apple Pro leaked was the pill plus hole cutout on the Pro models, which will finally be replacing the notch that has stuck around since the iPhone 12. And based on all the mock-ups done online of how it would look, as well as our own custom renders made by Renders by Shailesh, which were based on Shrimp's CADs, I think the 14 Pro models are going to be the most beautiful iPhones we've seen in years. And the best part is that multiple sources like Ross Young and Mark Gurman totally agreed with Shrimp's leaks, which basically confirms that this will be the design that we see this year, especially since the actual display glass parts have been leaked showing off the design of each model, which I'll get into in just a moment. And Ross Young even recently released the official screen sizes of the models, showing that the 14 Pro will have a slightly larger 6.12-inch display compared to 6.06 inches, and the 14 Pro Max will have a 6.69-inch compared to 6.68, which means that each one will be getting slightly taller with slimmer bezels. And we even recently started to see Illumina mock models of the entire iPhone 14 lineup showing off the 4 models as well as some major differences on the back. First of all, the camera bumps on the 14 Pro models are absolutely massive, and that's because we're expecting the biggest camera update we've seen on the iPhone ever. But before I get into that, let's talk about the Lightning port situation. Yes, at this point, we're already expecting USB-C to come next year with the iPhone 15 lineup. So it might seem like everyone is going to be holding off, but that's not actually true, so let me explain why. First of all, the majority of common people don't really care about which port comes on the iPhone. It's usually just the tech enthusiasts that care. But thankfully, I believe that the Lightning port on the 14 Pro models is actually going to get a huge update this year, allowing it to transfer data at USB 3.0 speeds, which will fix the biggest issue people are having with the iPhone 13 lineup, which is, of course, the slow transfer speeds. So even though we're not getting USB-C this year, Lightning will at least be getting a big upgrade on the Pro models, where it's going to matter the most because of the significantly upgraded cameras. But wait, the upgrades don't stop there because we have even more leaks concerning even better features. Ming-Chi Kuo recently reported that the front camera on all 4 of the new iPhone 14 models is gonna get an upgrade to support autofocus and a faster f1.9 aperture, which will give it a few different benefits. First of all, the faster f1.9 aperture compared to the current f2.2 on the iPhone 13 lineup means that the selfie camera will take in quite a bit more light, which means better quality photos with less noise, especially in dim environments. Not only that, but the faster aperture also increases the depth of field, which basically means that the background will look more blurry, and that will actually help the software take better portrait selfies with more accurate cutouts. And now, the biggest differences we're expecting are actually going to be coming to the Pro models, so let's focus on those. In terms of the displays, the big difference we're expecting is that the refresh rate will be able to go down to 1 Hz, which means that it should be easy to support an always-on display, which is what I've been asking for years. And because we're finally ditching the notch and getting the dual cutouts, the bezels on the Pro models are going to be thinner than ever before, giving us even more screen real estate. And in terms of performance, we're expecting the new high-end A16 chip to come to the Pro models, which will be built on TSMC's 4nm process, being even more efficient and more powerful, and hopefully Apple gives it a better cooling system, potentially vapor chamber cooling, which Apple has reportedly been testing this year, so hopefully we stop having overheating issues while gaming. But the main revolutionary feature we're expecting is a brand new 48 megapixel main camera on the back, which is the main reason why the camera bumps are absolutely massive on the Pro models compared to the regular ones. And the beauty of the 48 megapixel camera is that it's gonna greatly increase the quality due to using a new, much larger sensor, and Apple is rumored to be using pixel binning for nighttime and dimly lit photos to make sure it takes in the most amount of light. And because of the 48 megapixel sensor, it's gonna shoot 8K video, which I think will blow away any other 8K video on the market, because I believe Apple's gonna be using ProRes to shoot 8K because the A15 chip already comes with ProRes encoders and decoders, so the A16 will for sure as well. And the biggest worry people had about 8K video was the lack of USB-C, but once again, I believe the Lightning port will be getting upgraded to support faster transfer speeds, so it won't really be that big of an issue this year. And even though this year's iPhone 14 Pro isn't getting a full redesign, we are still expecting it to come with titanium instead of stainless steel, which means it could be getting a bit lighter while also being very tough. And along with all the other upgrades, we're expecting updated specs like Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2, a new 5G RF chip that's more efficient, satellite connectivity, better speakers, better microphones, and more. And based on our own renders, I believe a lot of people are gonna love the look of the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, especially if there's a chance it comes with the new copper/bronze color. And if you totally disagree with me and think that it's not worth upgrading this year because of the lack of USB-C, let me know down in the comment section below. But if you enjoyed this video, click the circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.